Hello, folks. This story was sent to me by a subscriber and is intended for educational purposes only. Thank you for watching. 3.5 grams magic mushrooms when the wallpaper started singing back. It was supposed to be a chill Sunday afternoon, just me, a cozy armchair, and a little adventure with 3.5 grams of magic mushrooms. I'd heard that this dose was enough to open doors to weirdness without knocking you out completely. So I settled in with a cup of herbal tea and a playlist of ambient tunes. Little did I know, the real trip would begin before the music even started. At first, the world softened at the edges, the ceiling breathing gently, shadows flickering like lazy dancers. Colors deepened. The carpet's muted beige blossomed into a swirling sea of ochres and burnt siennas. I felt like I was sinking into the armchair, becoming part of the fabric itself. Then it happened. The wallpaper on the far wall started humming. At first, it was faint, a curious vibration just at the edge of hearing. I rubbed my eyes, thinking it was a trick of the light, or maybe my imagination running wild. But the humming grew louder, transforming into a full-on melody. The floral pattern wasn't just decorative. It was performing a psychedelic folk song, complete with twangs and echoes. I swear, the tiny painted leaves began swaying like a crowd at a concert. The flowers opened and closed rhythmically, like they were singing along. The wallpaper was alive and in cahoots with my mushroom-infused mind. "Hey, what's up?" I whispered to the wall, half expecting it to ignore me. To my surprise, the wallpaper answered back, not in words, but in a melodious series of chirps and whistles that I somehow understood. It told me stories of forgotten houses and secret rooms, of painters who dreamed of turning walls into symphonies. I felt honored to be its chosen audience. I reached out to touch the wall, half expecting to feel cold plaster, but instead my hand sank into a soft, warm velvet texture. The wallpaper was no longer a flat surface, but a living tapestry, rich with textures that hummed under my fingertips. My armchair began to dissolve, revealing a vast meadow of wildflowers beneath me, and I was lying on a vibrant, blooming planet of petals and buzzing bees. Suddenly, the humming turned into a full-on choir, with bees, butterflies, and the plants themselves harmonizing in a cosmic jam session. The sky above shimmered with shifting patterns of light, like the aurora borealis, but made of pure color sound waves. The flowers whispered secrets of the universe, and the bees handed me tiny orbs of nectar that tasted like memories, some sweet, some bittersweet, all vivid. At one point, a particularly bold dandelion puff floated close, and, in a voice that was both a breeze and a giggle, asked me, "Care to dance?" I laughed, standing up on the meadow and twirling with the plants. The petals became soft ribbons wrapping around me, and I felt like a wildflower prince lost in a garden of endless spring. Time melted away. Minutes stretched into hours, and hours condensed into moments. It was as if I was living in a song that never ended. Then came the twist. A sudden deep bass note rumbled through the ground, and the meadow shifted. The wallpaper universe folded like origami, morphing into a giant kaleidoscope, spinning at dizzying speeds. Colors exploded and reassembled into new patterns, and I was caught in a psychedelic kaleidoscope whirlpool. I felt myself breaking apart into fractals of light and sound, pieces scattering and reforming in endless configurations. Just when I thought I might be lost forever in this cosmic dance, the melody softened into a gentle lullaby. The wallpaper began to fade back into simple floral prints. The armchair reappeared beneath me, and the buzzing bees transformed into a quiet hum of the living room. I opened my eyes to find the afternoon sun streaming softly through the window. The wall was just wallpaper again, but I couldn't help smiling at the memory of its song. That day, the mundane became magical, and the wallpaper wasn't just decoration. It was a storyteller, a singer, wild, weird heart, and honestly, I was grateful to have been its audience.